Alright, so we decided to take a trip to the Hoover Dam. Currently, we are about to actually go over the dam.
Alright, so we came in through the Nevada side. Parking is $10 a car. We accidentally drove over the Hoover Dam, as you saw earlier. And that side is the Arizona side. Parking is also $10, but it's a little bit further of a walk. All right, so we are at the Hoover Dam currently. We're right about there, actually. We got a ticket, which is about $25 for the guided plant tour. All right, so we made it inside.
Okay,
that is
because
big.
we're such a small group, 537 feet down to this access tunnel here in Warren, and we followed that to where we are currently located. We are currently located right here in one of our 4 original diversion tunnels. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys keep in mind the diversion tunnel is the big one on the other side. It's here. So these tunnels are 50 feet in diameter and about 3/4 of a mile long. As I mentioned earlier, its original purpose was to divert the river around the construction site, as you could not build to the size and the scale of the Hoover Dam on top of a raging river. But to get the water into these tunnels, they did first have to construct what was called the upper Hoover Dam, right about here, 100 feet tall, built using concrete and other natural materials. So those diversion tunnels were actually originally bored out above the river. So they were above the river when they bored them out. When they built this dam, the water started to pool up in this area here, and it rose and rose and rose and rose until it was eventually forced into those diversion tunnels. And then would go all the way around and back to the river. Next step was to build a lower coffer dam, 65 feet tall, and his purpose was to keep that newly diverted water from backflowing into the construction site. Once that was completed and the riverbed was completely dry and devoid of water, an additional 135 feet of rock, sand, silt, and debris had to be excavated to get to the bedrock.
Wow.
All right, you guys can stand anywhere along the railing. You can stay up front. You can go to the very end. You can even move around as I talk for different photos in different places. Doesn't bother me. Just make sure you're trying to get that tiny thing of concrete. That's how it gets space. The flooring you're standing on, last but not least, it's marble terrazzo flooring. Put in 1836 by the Martina family. Covers 121,000 square feet of flooring here at the facility. 3.5 inches thick and costs.
And we're walking.
So planning started in the 1900s and it took 30 years.
Too expensive for private development.
So apparently this museum is
In
fairly new,
1922, the Seven
so
Colorado
we
River
get to
Basin
check it out.
states formed a compact.
John, can you just
Kaboom! Oh, you heard it back there. So on a daily basis, there was about 3,500 workers working every day, and throughout the project, 96 perished.
Carlos working very hard.
The crazy part is they actually finished this project 2 years early. So those cables that you see hanging from one end to the other, this is the size of them, and for reference, that's my hand. Yep, that's underneath the pipes that we saw. So a lot of the workers used wrenches that weighed up to 105 pounds. This is an example of one of them with Jenna for comparison. That's the elevator that we took all the way down, right there. Alright, so fun fact, the Hoover Dam was not originally named the Hoover Dam. It was actually called the Boulder Dam, which was changed about 2 years after it opened to the Hoover Dam. Talk about engineering from the 30s. Even that bridge. So apparently we only have to go to the Washington Monument to complete the set. We've been to the pyramids, the archway, both videos you should definitely watch, including Paris. That was an interesting video, and now we're at the Hoover Dam. Now always bring a model to go in front of all the beautiful architecture.
So the workers that worked here got paid $4 a day. Keep in mind it was during the Great Depression, so back then it was a decent amount of money, but in today's money it was $96 a day.
So a lot of equipment that was used to build this was so massive that they actually had to create an on-site manufacturing for the pipes and things. And just if you're in need, there are restrooms on the actual site. Today is Friday, so we did pick a good day. There's not too many people. Keep in mind it is January 9th. So the men's bathroom is in Nevada. The women's is in Arizona. Over here is Lake Mead. You can see from the rock line where the water once was. And if you remember the pictures, the water was probably about there. And now look at it. Way down there. And because Arizona is weird, there is a clock for their time on this side. And we'll see in the Nevada side, they have a different clock with their time. And here we go. Nevada, Arizona, right in the middle. And there's the Nevada time here at the Hoover Dam.
Stock 148 states. 30 drawings. The castings are over 30 feet tall, weigh over 4 tons, and the sculptor therefore gave the wing crowns which guard the flag the look of eagles.
Here's the overlook to Lake Mead. Sorry for the wind noise, but if you can see right there, it looks like they're having to move the docks further and further in as the water line keeps dropping. Well, hopefully you liked our Hoover Dam quick little tour, and always
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.